Well, it's part 5 of the console setup tutorial. This time we are going to attach 6 more consoles. These all support native RGB, which is pretty much the best analog video quality that you can get your hands on. But these all use SCART cables. So you got the Sega Genesis 2, the Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, or PS1, the Slim PlayStation 2, the original Fat PlayStation 2, and a European PlayStation 2. So we're going to attach all of this. Now, any like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and so on will automatically support RGB. You just need to buy the cables. And personally, I buy all of my cables from a company called Retro Gaming Cables.uk. You can see them here. So what's really cool about them is their cables are really good quality, and you can also see that it has different sync settings. So for a Super Nintendo you want C-Sync, whereas for the PlayStation 2 or any PlayStation for that matter, what you want there is this one right here, which is Sync on Luma, or Luma as Sync. So I would definitely recommend these guys for your cable needs. I've ordered another cable because right now I am running a generic cable for, I think it's this one. So let's see. Yeah. So this cable right here. So that's just a generic cable, and it does not have as good connectivity as the others. But anyways, these are SCART cables, so we're going to attach them to the Framemeister. And again, the Framemeister doesn't have a SCART input. So what you need is this little guy, and that is an RGB cable right here, which will connect to this input, and then that is going to take all of the signals of these. So again, in order for this to work, we are going to need some SCART switch boxes. These are actually really bad quality. I bought them years ago, but finding good quality SCART switch boxes in America is pretty much impossible. So I haven't given up, but I'm still, trying to find good ones. But these will work, so I'll put a link in the description for those. And then I mentioned that this is actually a European PlayStation 2. So for that to run, we are going to need this little bad boy, which is a power converter. And as you can see here, it'll output 220 volts, which is what we need to get this one running. As for video, when it comes to regions, because obviously you've got NTSC, which is American, and then PAL, which is European. The beauty about RGB and the Framemeister is that it will bypass region code. It will actually, change that for you, so you don't need to use any video converter, which is what you would need if you were to do this just normally. But anyways, so I will set these 6 consoles up, and I'll get back to you when that is done. Lots of cables ahead of me. Well, that takes care of the RGB units. So got 4 over here, And then I've got the PlayStation 2s up there. And then I got the power and the SCART switch boxes over here. Now, as I was setting everything up, I actually realized that I got one SCART too many. So I ordered another SCART switch box. You know, hopefully I can connect everything. And I also ordered another SCART cable from Retro Game Cables because, yeah, this is bad. So because of that, I decided to leave this one out. But again, label everything, and then that, you know, the second box feeds into the first box connects over here, as you might see there's the adapter, which is then feeding into the RGB here. So as of right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 consoles all hooked up, you know, through videotape players and switch boxes, power source, and everything else. Everything is hooked up to the Framemeister, and everything at this point is going to go out of this cable right here. So still a couple of more videos to go, but that takes care of this part, which is RGB SCART cables.